Sorry about that, guys. That took a little longer than expected, but I am here. What's up, Baki? What's up, Jackal? What's up, Razor?
Arknights.
Lappy in 2 days.
Oh joy, there's your face again,
Lappykins.
Doctor. What a great start for the day.
Alrighty. We are here. How is everybody doing? Good morning, good evening, afternoon, whatever. Or 4. No, it's 2 days for me. When did they reset the... Okay. Right in time for the... right in time. Wait, is it the 24th when he releases? When she releases? On Thursday? I thought it was Tuesday. Oh. Okay. Save that for Lappy. I'm here now. Totally didn't forget. No, sir. Yeah. Sure you didn't tell me. Over there playing that Tribe 9.
Would you like a cup?
Forgetting all about your people, right? So did I pull her again? Oh no, I gave up. There's like the rest of my currency is going to Lapland. Like I know I got all the way to the guarantee, but like I'm already dead broke in the game. I don't want to be even. I want to have to. I'm not gonna have a hard time with this. No. That does not work on me, guys. You're gonna learn. It don't work on me. I know I can do it. It's guaranteed. Nah, I'm gonna let that since the pity doesn't carry over, or not the pity, the guarantee doesn't carry over. I'm gonna save that luck for and hoping that carries over if it's any good. Did I get who I wanted out of this? Yeah, I did. Blaze. Okay. I got Lee too. Oh, I know. I mean, I guess I can move over now. If I had her, I would have gotten this too. But I don't, and it's gonna come back, so it'll be fine. I have her. I could get this, but I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save. Look at that glorious passenger skin. You don't have enough anyway? No. I could get it. I could get it. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a rough one. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm gonna wait for this to reset and do this over. I'm going to probably drop a little bit and spend on the originium, and now that I know that there's a double again, and we'll see where that goes. Yeah. We're gonna pulls next weekend. We'll see. We will see. All right. So we're gonna pick up where we left off. Forgot about this shop. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get everything out of this. Yeah, I'm gonna grind this after stream's over. Yeah. I believe there's only 8 and 9 left, maybe 10. Yeah, let's go ahead and hop into this and complete the story. There's a story node after 9, so 3 more total. Okay. Let's get it started. Oh, that's right. I was having trouble with the drones in this one. The hell? Sound like alien lasers are going off. Death awaits at the end. Wait. My liege watches. Death watches you. Captain, the target has been neutralized, but our remaining ammunition is estimated to last only 2 more minutes. We need to set our next set of orders. All units, prepare for close quarter combat. This must be a flashback. This must be a flashback. I didn't look at the time or the date. Hold the line for the next 2 minutes. I'll cover your retreat. Siege, our artillery support is running out. The bombardment will end in 3 minutes. What's the situation on your side? We can't clear this undead fog. These things have severed the supply routes our workers cleared for us. We can't get supplies to your position quickly enough. Prepare to retreat from T1. Negative. Abandoning T1 will create a gap in our encirclement, and the Alliance forces will break through from our side. Captain, I can't accept that. The battlefield isn't a place for heroics. Honor your orders. We've sent a distress signal to our friends at Rhodes Island. Now we have to trust the doctor and the plan. Soldiers, we've made it home. Do everything you can to survive. Only then can we take back what we lost. Siege, we'll hold the line for the final 2 minutes, then retreat to regroup and assist you in clearing out the creatures in the fog. Bagpipe, keep them safe. Aye, Captain. If the fog can't be dispersed, don't wait for us. Head to I-12 and rendezvous with God Odin's 106th Assault Brigade. Keep fighting. Understood. I'll be seeing you soon, Captain. Strange howl. Strange howl from who? Okay. Look out, Siege. It's the Confessor's chimeras. Oh, okay. Everyone prepare to retreat. Song like shriek. It's lit itself up. Hannah, watch out for its flames. Oof, it hurts. Vina, are you alright? Everyone else, fall back. I can't allow any more needless sacrifices. A piercing wail. Wait, where did this backup come from? Anti-witchcraft cannon has struck the target. Enemy movement disrupted. Remaining squads continue setting up anti-witchcraft cannons. Hold on, getting my glasses. Mission objectives: eliminate threats within the fog. Friendly forces at T1, hold your positions. Emergency supplies will arrive at your location in 3.5 minutes. Exemplar T1 combat team. Message received. Please identify your unit. Duke of Normandy's 8th Grenadier Battalion, under orders to support the Exemplars. The Duke of Normandy, 8th Grenadier Battalion? Horn, do you know anything about this unit? They're not under the direct command of the Duke of Normandy. They report to the Earl of March. Okay. Lieutenant Scamandros truly has an exceptional grasp of our intelligence operations, as to be expected from someone born in a military family. Lieutenant, keep Her Royal Highness Alexandrina safe. As for your Highness, please accept this small gift. Once all these matters are resolved, I'll visit you in person, Vina. Siege, do you know the Earl of March? No, we've never met, but her name was mentioned in some of the information sent to me. That doesn't matter now. With reinforcements, we should be able to reopen the supply line. Horn, we'll meet again soon. At last, it's time to bring all this to an end. Okay, yeah, that confirmed it's a flashback. Finally, the crowd cheers. She gazes at the shard in the distance and the faintly visible palace of Westaleg, calmer than she has ever been. Triangle, Silo, Oboe, Tempest Platoon. Everyone, watch closely as we scatter the dark clouds over Lindenium. All members of the Exemplar T1 combat team, hear this. Hold your ground, do not give them a single inch. Roger that. Got it. Captain, Rock 18 just uploaded the scan of the last segment of our routes to PRTS. Did you receive it? Got it. Rock, we're already repairing the final track shift node. Given the current damage level, how long until the repairs are complete? 10 minutes. Located Granny yet? We need to retrieve that weapon as soon as possible. The Exemplars will need our support on the front line. Still trying to pinpoint the correct location. I hate when my chest starts itching under my hoodie, man. Still trying to pinpoint the correct location. The signals we found over the past few days were all decoy beacons they left behind. It might take a bit more time to reestablish contact. At least that means Granny's team is still safe for now. Captain, if, and I mean if, we can't get in touch with Catherine, what should we do? We'll use this passage to transport as much of Highbury's remaining supplies as possible too. That's great. That's freaking great. Is everyone okay? Where did those Sarkis come from? And what was that artillery fire I just heard? The smoke shifts. Yet another small ember glimmers brightly in the depths of a haze. The ember of a cigarette. A familiar acrid? Acrid? Irritatingly strong and unpleasant taste or smell. A familiar acrid smell hits Feist's nose and makes his eyes sting. I keep telling you, when you're busy working, you always forget to watch your back, Catherine. Welcome home, brat. Granny, we've been looking for you all this time. I know. When someone told me the passage was being repaired, I figured it was you. That's... He spots a massive shadow in the depths of the smoke. Remember the blueprint you left behind? It took some effort, with the Sarkis blockade and all, but we finally managed to build your big machine. The crawler. If only they could have shown it. Sudian secret underground passage. I know you're there. Your earring has grown rather warm. Your earring? Those workers who came to support the Self-Salvation Corps earlier, that was your doing, wasn't it? Oh. Okay. Shh, you'll disturb my friends. Still, thank you for taking good care of little Garnet for me, kid. And thank you for clearing up those filthy rocks. Dang. Vampire dude. I forget his role. Left behind. Here, you can have this back. I have more important things to deal with. I'll have to find that hunk of sheet metal again. Sanguinarch, thank you. He wouldn't want to miss this battle. Thank you for saving me earlier. Farewell. Where are you off to next? To meet with him. You're not going to help Dame Chaotik? With Amiya and Logos there, nothing will happen. I'll wait for them beneath the Palace of Westaleg. It's his last known location as far as I know. Her Highness is gone. It's time to put the past to rest. Your wounds, insignificant. You don't need to involve yourself in the frontline work anymore. Take care of yourself. Don't you understand how powerful I am now, Runt? You learned quite a bit from us back in the day, didn't you? Wait, what the hell? What is their... They know each other? Bringing you into the city was the most I could do. Whatever is between you and the Regent, Rose Riverside will no longer be involved. Rose Riverside. Is that your name? Rose Riverside. Good. Where will you go next? I'll keep tracking her down. No, that's not her name. Rose Riverside is the association she is. She's in a vampire circle. Got it. I was just looking it up. I'll keep tracking her down. She disappeared so suddenly, abandoning her highness at the most critical moment. That demands an explanation. They were brought up in Vigilio. God, that's so far back though. One of our sharp-eyed sisters managed to track her as she left Londinium. She's still heading west through her destination, though her destination is unclear. And when you catch her, will you bring her back or kill her? She owes all the riverbank canoes an explanation. But you, Runt, should worry about yourself first. The region is close at hand. The Riverside Canoe swore not to get involved with anything related to Babel anymore. However, helping an old acquaintance doesn't break the rules. The smear of blood, it's a gift and a blessing. For less pain and fewer scars, safe travels, Escalon. So they used to be friends? Did you really have to wipe it on my neck? Not my fault. You always hide your face so well under your hood. You look better this way. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask, what do you think of that kitten? She does not emerge from the shadows, and the wind carries her voice. My judgment is unnecessary. When the dust settles, the truth will reveal itself. We're all the same. Rose Riverside was originally associated with Babel and worked side by side for a time. Oh, okay. Escalon grew up in Casdell, and she was the disciple of Theresis. Probably had contact with many strong people there. Okay, thank you. Even today, many still argue about when exactly the war ended. Some say it was when the undead king fell at the gates of the palace of Wessaleg. Others say it was when the Sarkas fully withdrew from Lindinium. As someone who lived through it, I've been asked quite frequently about my opinion. Luckily, I shared the exact same view as Vina. The war ended the moment we found the courage to take the sword from Vina's hands and wield it against the undead king ourselves. We fought back. We destroyed with our own hands the enemies who tried to ruin us. We never needed a singular hero. That day, everyone who fought for her home and her future was a hero. Everyone, no matter your unit, which squad you belong to, or which duke you serve, there's no retreating now. Support the allied forces. We should lag behind this lot. Quick, go help the exemplars. Captain, my weapon's broken. Take mine. If it breaks, grab another. There's none left. Snatch a blade from the devils and keep fighting. Advance. Advance. For Victoria. For Victoria! For Victoria! Sorry, I had. Soldiers, you should not continue this assault empty-handed. Take this sword. But this is the size of kings. I can't possibly. It belongs to your Royal Highness. No, it belongs to Victoria. On the wreckage of the Glorious, trusted allies passed the sword down from hand to hand until it reached me, completing its mission. Now take it from my hand. Let it reach the hands of everyone who needs it. Let its mission continue anew. This is your right as a Victorian. But if we take the sword, what will your Royal Highness use? That's crazy how this goes full circle. Now I understand the significance of her now. That's why it had some sort of effect on her when she was talking about the status of having a king in Lindinium. I still have my hammer. I will not stop. I will stay with you until the end. You had the hammer too? The early morning sun breaks through the dark clouds. A golden-haired feline and a Victorian stand together. The soldier grips the sword tightly, her gaze locked on the determined Aslan. Despite the blinding sunlight, she refuses to look away, for she sees the thousands of Victorians rallied behind her, fighting for the same cause. She sees the king walking alongside her people. As you bid, all survivors of the 6th column 10th Infantry Regiment advance with me for Victoria. May the vast lands they keep our king. She cuts down the 2 undead Royal Court elites and a caster. Her blade bears 2 new notches. His people and all his... I forget this one. What is it, Comey? Oh. Oh, no, that's not it. What is it, Comey? Type the whole thing again. Well-being? Jeez. Okay. His people and all his well-being. However, she's too gravely injured to continue, so she passes the sword on. A worker grips the sword and presses forward, perishes alongside a royal court elite, leaving yet another notch on the blade. And give them grace without ending. An infected picks the sword up from the pool of blood. She does not defeat any enemies, instead protecting it with her body. In so doing, she protects her Victoria and hope itself. Then may we call and savely sing. Victoria, you thanks for our home. Finally, the sword pierced the undead king, after which it disappeared into the chaos of battle. You have thanks for our home. Thank you. I tried to remember. To this day, we still don't know who the final hero to wield the sword was, or whether they're still alive. But one thing is certain. The sword fulfilled its mission. Victorians wielded the blade against the invaders. But its legend doesn't end there. They say it was the workers who recovered the broken sides of kings from the blood and mud. As for the rest of the story, well, every child in Londinium can sing it loud and clear. That's a strong picture. That is a powerful image, man. That is a powerful image. October 2nd. I don't see any more undead. Is the battle finally over? But this blasted fog hasn't let up one bit. Something's not right. The Sarkis aren't attacking under the cover of the thick fog like before. Is this a trap? Based on our previous encounters with the undead army, they're far more elusive than they seem. Horn, what do you suppose we should do next? Coordinate with the main allied forces. Hold off on advancing rashly and minimize unnecessary casualties until we get a clear read on the situation. Alright, sound strategy. Dagda, send the orders to all of our troops. I'll pass it on to the allied commanders, as well as Closure and the others. Hey. Did Hood even get the frequency right? Huh? We're already live? Everyone, listen up. Babel's captured the military commission's command center. The bastards don't know their heads from their asses right now, and nobody's got it in them to help out the crusty old undead king. So quit wasting time and get those feet moving. I don't care if you believe me or not, just go and get this over with. Oh, and by the way, you might want to look up. The old hag owes me big this time. Elfine? We traced the transmission. It seems this communication was received on several different frequencies. Both the allies and the Sarkis probably heard it. That voice, it was Wisadel. When did she do hey? What the heck? Sounds like they've been busy. Horn, please reassess the situation. Rena, look at the sky. It's... All eyes turn upwards, and soon they hear the sound of steam bursting at full force, echoing above the palace of Wesseleg. Victoria. The Victorian army boils. It's Charles Lynch. He's gone into the fog. I can hear the commotion inside the clouds. He's battling the undead. Horn? Although morale is currently high, the Alliance has yet to make any major moves. Clearly the Dukes are still hesitating. They have reason to be cautious with intelligence from an unknown source. If Rhodes Island trusts Wisadel, then so do I. We trust you as well, Siege. I'll go tell everyone to get ready. Huh? What's going on? Did you hear that sound? That sound sounded like the Steam Knight right beneath our feet. The exemplars we meet at last. Wait a minute, Vina, am I seeing things? Or did a giant thing just burrow out from underground? Oh no, that's the okay. That I was wrong. That's the thing Catherine has. A giant thing? No, it has a name. The Crawler. My grandson designed it. Pretty good, huh? The gray-haired pilot blows a smoke ring, standing proudly on the ladder of the massive machine. It has 4 massive steam-powered hydraulic legs, encased in protective armor that bears an unmistakable sign of a worker's handiwork. Smoke is still billowing from its enormous black cannon barrel, a clear sign that it was the one responsible for the massive hole in the ground. A steady stream of Self-Salvation Corps members emerged from the gaping hole beneath the crawler, carrying combat supplies up to the surface. Hey! Siege, thank goodness we made it here in time. Starting now, the Self-Salvation Corps will join forces with you, with Granny and her team helping out. We'll have a much greater chance of victory. We just got that message ourselves. It seems the timing is spot on. Victoria thanks you. Horn, all clear. The preparations are complete, and we're ready to move out at any time. Good. Everyone, this is the final battle. Wait a minute. There's still one thing left. I need to adjust the cannon. There, that should do it. Cover your ears. Bro, I'm telling you, this would be so sick if they added like small little animations just to show these actions happening. They don't have to create a full animated scene. They could just show like a cannon just kind of adjusting or something. That would be so cool. The cannon strikes the giant bell at the center of Overture, an ancient relic that had stood for centuries. The bell tolls loud, clear, and beautiful, followed by the sound of the Alliance war horns and their furious battle cries. We've got to let certain people know we're here. You're in command now. Victorians, charge forth to our final victory. I love this story, man. This is so sick. This is so sick. Okay, it's gonna be these that make this difficult because, bitch, they are right on the pallets I can't do anything about. All I can do is try to block people from trying to get to them and try and stop them from destroying that thing, which is making more. So there are 3 paths of enemies. They're all gonna come. Oh no, they're gonna come from here. Oh, I'm screwed. Okay. I hate that machine, man.
Flourish or perish.
I really hate that machine, man. It's
Your
literally
life
giving them an
is
opportunity.
mine to protect.
Awaiting order. This is the strength of Iberia.
Agony, ever etched on our hearts.
Give it to me!
Let's begin.
Forward!
Don't send a thread into a knife's edge.
Agony.
Oh,
Ever etched on our hearts.
you hurt, bitch.
Standing by.
Executing battle plan.
Loud and clear. Hiya! Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
Agony. Ever etched on our hearts.
Awaiting orders. Stand still. It'll spare all of us the effort.
What's your plan? Follow my orders, monster.
Oh my god, if it wasn't for that buff.
Your life.
Activate the
is
tiles.
mine
What
to
does the tiles do
protect.
again? Consumes 25 DP to start manufacturing equipment and make the command center at endpoint. Once.
Fear not.
I don't quite understand these.
This song
I'm not even gonna
will
lie.
never stop. Not until the melody is written.
Your life is mine to protect.
I wasn't supposed. I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Oh, it summoned it back. Okay,
Agony.
I see.
Ever etched on our hearts.
You can do it.
信号は安定。即戦即決。問題ないよ。
Grief ever echoes in our souls.
Solid positioning. Your hearts now unlocked.
Oh, that's great.
I will synchronize
Fear not.
That's great. Oh, it's okay. I was about to say, why are you running?
for the enemy.
Successfully stopping it from attacking.
Fear not.
Turn back. Don't let your heart shatter here. Your heart's now unlocked. Come on, chericuaje, tesoro.
Fear not.
That might have been bad. That is not what I wanted you to do. Oh, it's doing its job. Yeah, she's doing her job. Okay, we're good.
Ever echoes in our souls.
I thought that was gonna be oh, I thought that was bad. I didn't know that, that she would run all the way to Lapland. I didn't even know that was a walkable panel. Victory. In the boxing ring, victory is about honor and glory. On the battlefield, victory is about lives saved and lost. The undead king's death terrified everyone who saw it. I don't want to think about it now, much less include it in my book. That sarcasm won't get an eulogy from me. But I'll forever honor the last steam knight, Sir Charles Lynch. Yeah, it is annoying. It's very annoying because all they got to do is just walk through it, and literally, they already are starting with that buff anyway because they're just sitting in front of their entry points. So it's just horrible for me. How long has it been since he's moved? 10 minutes. No one dares approach Charles Lynch. Everyone gathers around the last steam knight, down on one knee in a show of respect. He stands tall and unwavering before the palace of Westaleg, steam gushing from every crack in his armor, scorching, unrelenting, like the sound of a beating heart. How can he still be standing with such grievous wounds from the battle with the undead king? It was never his body alone that kept him upright, or he would have never made it out of the mausoleum of kings. Vina walks towards the steam knight as everyone watches on. Vina, don't get close to him. He's off his rocker. I have to know for sure. But he almost killed you back in the underground, Vina. Let her do it. Something's not right with the steam knight, Sir Charles. Siege probably sensed it too. But trust her. Vina approaches the steam knight. She can feel the temperature rise from the hot steam. I've never seen you like this. Not even back in the Mausoleum of Kings. The war is over. You've protected Victoria. You've completed your mission. Steam hissing. What are you still searching for? The sword? Sorry, it was lost somewhere on the battlefield. Or perhaps you're waiting for something else. Vina gently touches Sir Charles' armor. Every scratch and mark etched into it tells the Steam Knight's story. The battle with his comrades on the day he swore to inherit the title. The battle on the frontier to quell the uprisings. He survived amidst a storm of witchcraft. The betrayal in the Mausoleum of Kings. The charge towards the glorious towards Originium. Sir Charles Lynch has never fallen. Sir Charles Lynch shall forever watch over Victoria. You're looking at the Palace of Westaleg. I understand now. You're not the only one. Many more are looking over at the palace. Vina looks back at the gathered Victorians in the distance. Wounded, silent, excited, weeping. The people had already formed a long human wall on their own, holding back the restive and agitated crowd. They're all murmuring different names. Siege, Vina, Alexandrina, Victoria. Steam hissing. I never believed you've gone mad. Sir Charles, this is our second official meeting. I once hoped that if you found your way out of the darkness, you'd find something worth protecting. You've already made it this far. Please wait a little longer until I return. Vina walks past the Steam Knight, up the steps of the Palace of Westaleg, and alone through its doors. Time slowly passes. At first, the crowd is silent, but gradually they stir as unrest begins to spread. Why is it taking so long? Could there be other enemies inside? Should we go and help? Quiet. Have faith in Her Royal Highness Alexandrina. Can't you see that even the Steam Knight is waiting here in silence? I've heard the crown is still inside. Do you think that when she comes out, we'll have a new king? Something's not right here. Based on our intelligence, there shouldn't be any more of the military commission's forces left. There should be nothing left in that palace. Are we just going to stand here like idiots? We ought to go in and see for ourselves. I'll go. There are better choices. Well, we're the only ones who can drive the crawler. As long as we've got the crawler, we've got nothing to fear. We'll be protected even against the Steam Knight. Vina never told us what she saw in the Palace of Westaleg, and we never asked Feist about it either. It doesn't matter. I'm just relieved that once the military commission's banner fell from atop the palace, Vina didn't actually walk out wearing the crown. That's my Vina. At least that's how I felt at the time. There she is. She's coming out. Where's the crown? Why isn't she wearing the crown? Quiet, you moron. She hasn't been coronated yet. Why would she be wearing the crown already? What's that in her hands? Is that the devil's flag? Good people of Victoria, the undead king is dead. I've torn down this flag that the enemy has stabbed into the heart of our great Londinium. We will tear down every Sarkis banner left in our home and drive out every enemy still consumed by their bloodlust. But please, spare the unarmed ones. Spare anyone willing to surrender. The war is over. We must not avenge slaughter with more slaughter, nor meet hatred with more hatred. I, Vina Victoria, wish to speak to all the heroes who have fought to defend our Victoria. Hear me. We have liberated Londinium, liberated Victoria. In these coming days, months, and years, we must revive Victoria. We shall revive Victoria. Vina raises her hammer aloft for all to see. The people rise to their feet, and a wave of cheers spread outwards from the center. Each surge louder than the last. Londinium and her citizens celebrate her rebirth. At the center of the crowd, the last Steam Knight lets out his final roar, steam bursting forth. His heart stops beating, so he ignites it with the suit's burning core. His vision blurs, so he clears it with steam hot enough to melt flesh. Then Sir Charles sees it, Victoria's flag basking in the sun's golden glow. Sir Charles can finally fall. Dang, that's kind of powerful. He never fell until he saw that the mission was finally complete. That's crazy. He falls to the light of dawn, to a new beginning. Steam completely envelops Sir Charles' enormous body, making his demise unceremonious and almost unnoticed. Amidst the cheering crowd, a figure walks into the cloud of steam. Allerdale bids farewell to the hero she once deeply admired. You could have killed me back then. The despicable meeting her end at the hands of her hero. That would have been the perfect ending to her story. So why must the despicable be the one to bid farewell to the hero? Sir Charles, you have completed your mission. My father once taught me that every Steam Knight returning triumphantly from his mission would have a squire to remove his armor and wipe away the dust. Allow me to remove your armor. It is long fused with your body. Core temperature dropping. I'll keep your core. I promise that your heart will never stop burning. It will bear witness to Victoria's future. Sir Charles, you've seen the things you hoped to protect restored to their former brilliance. Have you any final words, good Steam Knight? From this day forward, you will be honored as a Steam Knight. Sir Charles Lynch, tell me, what do you want for your reward? Your Majesty, I wish for your blade to always be sharp. I wish for the wheat my wife harvests to fill the granary by our doorstep every year after year. Slow down. By our doorstep year after year. I wish to hold my newborn daughter in my arms and fly over Londinium, gazing down at the factories bustling day and night throughout the city. I wish for my neighbor whose legs were crippled by illness to stand again, so we can drink, sing, and celebrate through the night with our comrades we know so well. Your Majesty, what I wish for is a life of lasting peace. If this reward requires me to fight for it myself, then, Your Majesty, I pledge to you, I will always keep fighting for you, for all my loved ones, for myself, and for Victoria. Victoria. The oath of Sir Charles Lynch. The final words of the last Steam Knight. You never abandon yourself, even when Victoria abandoned you. Steam Knight, I don't deserve that title, nor this set of armor. This war has already claimed too many lives. I hope yours is the last. Goodbye, Sir Charles Lynch. Listening, they're all bidding you farewell. Listen, they're all bidding you farewell. Victoria, victory. Victory for Victoria! Oh, that was perfect. Victoria, whose final hoarse whisper merges with the crowd shouting, like raindrops quietly dropping into the sea. Allerdale sees the excited faces in the crowd, yet cannot help falling into silence. Her eyes are drawn to the woman standing on the steps, Vina. She knows Vina can see her as well. Vina just stands there looking back at her, her lips moving slightly. Did she recognize me? Allerdale sighs. You made the right choice. You're standing exactly where you belong. As am I. Londinium does not need any more heroes, Vina. Oh, she's walking away. She turns and walks away, disappearing into the white billows of steam. What are you looking at, Vina? The Steam Knight is gone. He's completed his mission. That steam, I thought it was like the last time. This time is different. There's no need to bother him. Someone's already seeing him off. Alright. Celebration and mourning. Vina, what should we do next? The people stand cheering in front of the Palace of Westaleg. They all look to Vina. They're waiting for you. Then I will show them all, Delphine. What the heck is going on with my green screen? It's spazzing out while I'm not looking. Is this the speaker's answer? I didn't get to see the time. Okay, we're back in December. Is this the speaker's answer? She sent you, her old comrades, to drive us away. No. Guarding the Sinisilde is the only one of the Defense Force's responsibilities. Justice is justice, Hoff. Heroes shouldn't be treated this way. Diane and all the exemplars who bled don't deserve this. Do they, Commander? Okay, I see why. I see. Okay, that's actually really good, because it went from the act of her taking the crown back to the moment when she helped take out enemies with the sword and pass on the sword. Just kind of showing her relevance in the story. And now we're back here. After the Parliament has decided. I don't know if Parliament's decided. It's more Vina has decided that she's to follow the rule of law, I guess. I understand what you're saying, but this isn't how Parliament makes decisions. We cannot let this become a precedent. I do not know politics, Captain. I only know that Diane is a good person. If Parliament insists, many hearts will be lost. And you, sir? You still will not yield? I know Diane well. She would never act out of selfishness, nor does she have any ties with the nobility. Therefore, I humbly ask the Speaker to take time out of her busy schedule to reconsider Diane's verdict. This was a decision rendered by the Provisional Court. Oh, so it was Parliament. Diane broke into a locked throne room in direct defiance of Parliament. We also know Diane very well, but I'm afraid there's nothing. Diane? Yes, she's the one who introduced us to you. After the war, we lost our homes and nearly our lives. If it weren't for her constant encouragement, I'd probably still be passed out in a barrel of ale. You don't think she's a bad person either, do you? It's just that Speaker Vina, sorry. It's a force of habit. Speaker Vina must have made a mistake. We've all gone to her office, but I feel like just having numbers on our side might not be enough. Feist, your words carry more weight. Please, I'm begging you. Sorry, but I have to assume that if Parliament put Diane on trial, they must have also allowed her to present a defense. No matter how strange or unfair I think the decision is, having Speaker Vina force them to change it at the last minute would be even more unfair. But Diane's case should be treated differently. We just barely survived the war, and now she's going to die over something so stupid. Is this really going to be her, like, the end of, like, how she dies? Like, are they really going to end the story that way? Listen to the radio. Listen to the patrons in the bars. You'll hear that nobody's happy about this decision. What do you think, Catherine? You said we could lodge our complaints with Vina anytime. I think Diane is just a stupid girl who did a stupid thing. Nothing more. She means well, but what she did was moronic. She defied a direct order of Parliament and left Vina with no other choice. So you're planning to turn down the pharma rep? How do you expect me to convince Parliament? Actually, Vina does have a chance to solve this. With her reputation, persuading Parliament to impose a lighter punishment is not possible. But many eyes are watching as she makes her final decision. This is just one of the many tricky issues that the Speaker of Londinium's Parliament has to face. A hero may be able to save everyone in a war, but Lady Delphine, we spent quite a bit of time trying to find you. Me? In just one day, Diane's case caused quite an uproar across Londinium. We briefly investigated who was spreading the news and inciting the public. So Parliament wants me to shut up. No, Alicio. Compared to desperate acts of sabotage, your actions have had significantly less impact. Okay, I thought this was going the other direction. Actually, we all admire your fighting so hard for someone you have not known for very long. Vina understands how you feel. She wanted to come see you in person, but I stopped her. I apologize, but Madam Speaker has more urgent matters to attend to presently. Is there absolutely no room for negotiation regarding Diane's case? No, Vina could change things. We all know that. Frankly, this is a very sad case. However, it would serve as a message from Parliament to all the citizens. I saw that you requested to review Parliament's records, so that you must be well aware of Diane's charges. The defense that she herself presented and the various PM's opinions of her. I saw something else. Citizenry has collected established Londinium's current laws, and the Provisional Court made its judgment of Diane in accordance with those laws. Isn't this how you do things in Colombia? But she's a war hero. Shouldn't her merits outweigh her faults? That's a notion steeped in reason, yet brimming with arrogance. I often come across this phrase in history books, usually said by old Victorian kings, but Vina crosses this line, and others allow it to happen. What is the point of having Parliament? I get it. So, it sends a negative precedent. It's a really bad thing to do if Vina steps in and saves her, because it kind of leaves room for violating the law. Kind of shows like Vina is above the law. She can save the people that she holds close, or whatever. I forget the term. Favoritism. Yeah, favoritism. It's a really bad precedent to set, and it sends a really bad message. How would our parliament be any different from the one where the king himself served as speaker? I don't know the answer to that question, Elisio, but none of us want to take the risk of finding out. Parliament will not interfere with any of your endeavors. However, as far as Diane's case is concerned, I'm sorry. This is Parliament's decision and cannot be changed. Diane never told me specifically what kind of soldier she was during the war. Most of the time she talked to me about her hopes for Londinium's future. Most of the people I meet in Londinium harbor high hopes and dreams for the city's future. This is the city's great fortune. Our duty is to ensure that we never let its people down. I see. The herbs Diane grew in the greenhouse against all odds will mature in February. I hear that they can alleviate the excruciating pain of arithmetic. I'll wait until they mature and take some samples back to Columbia. Okay, if you need any help before then, just let us know. Actually, when I first arrived in Londinium, I was also curious as to what kind of person Speakavina was. That was Elisio speaking. Okay. I was waiting to see if it would give us a name. When Hannah and I visit schools and sanatoriums to give surprises to the infected children, they always ask us about the story of Princess Alexandrina and the Princess Royal. We then tell them the whole tale of the street urchin who became a legendary war hero and the savior of Londinium. The story always ends when Vina walks out of the palace of Westaleg. At that point, it's not so fit for children. How I wish the story could end with Vina tearing off those fancy clothes and returning with us to Norport. That's crazy. I just noticed that picture was changing in the background. How I wish the story could end with Vina tearing off those fancy clothes and returning with us to Norport, to the Glasgow gang. But I know that's not possible anymore. On the day of the mass... Is this going to be a sad-ass ending? On the day of the mass protest against Diane's verdict, Vina explained to us in detail the proposals she was going to submit to the Dukes at our upcoming meeting. They covered a whole lot of topics like food, healthcare, education, and civil service reforms. Vina had the right solutions to all of those issues, but she didn't say a word about Diane. We listened quietly to all her proposals and then left without bringing it up. Fuel inventory report, comprehensive report on all city sanatoriums, report on erypathy suppressant distribution. Vina returns her gaze to the documents in front of her. She struggles to absorb the reams of data. She knows that in just a few minutes, the bell on the table will ring to remind her to head to the banquet hall. She also knows that those guests don't truly care about the numbers she has tried to memorize, much less the actual lives, deaths, and hardships they represent. But she cares. This time, she's the one who invited the Dukes for dinner. I hope this works. In the now quiet office, the faint shouts of protesters outside the window could still be heard. I'm sorry, Diane.
No matter the sins, all will fall to
That's
ashes
crazy,
with the
man.
lives at the end of time.
That's crazy, man. How can you go with easygoing music after this? Zone 2 is finally all cleaned up. Wait, the date. It's still... Zone 2 is finally all cleaned up. Now it's just Zone 4 left. How are you doing? Tough work, eh? Want to take a break? I'm cleaning just as fast as you are, as you can plainly see. You don't need to try and accommodate me just because I'm an infected. That's not it at all. I just thought you must be tired with everything you've been through and all. Oh, I thought... Never mind. As for that incident with the crown, I'm fully clear on that now. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. Besides, you're not the only one who wanted to do that. Actually, it seemed like all of a sudden, people aren't as afraid of the infected anymore. That's because we're in Londinium. The policies instituted by the Speaker and Parliament have, at the very least, stopped many people from openly showing fear and resentment towards the infected. But according to a Colombian friend of mine, outside of Londinium, things haven't changed. Anyway, thanks for helping with the cleanup. We would have had the captain on us again without you. I should be the one thanking you for not shackling me. Having something to do helps put my mind at ease. No, I haven't. I haven't read it. If you ask me, you need not worry about Parliament's decision. Think about it. Of all places in Londinium, where could they have detained you? Why did they choose the Defense Forces lockup? It's because we're all either old war buddies or familiar faces who can look out for you. Don't worry. Once things cool down, we'll find a reason for you to go back home. The protesters outside the Speaker's office, they're the ones who are missing the picture. We all know what kind of person Vina is. Are you feeling alright? Do you need something to drink? You're saying the Speaker is going to release me? I'm saying, just rest here for now, where it's safe, until things die down. What? The captain didn't allow you to have a radio or read the newspaper, right? It's because he was worried you might get to thinking too much. If you're still feeling jittery, my good old buddy gets thrown in the drunk tank every few days. He stashed some premium around here somewhere. They ain't got some liquor around here, huh? I'll go grab a few bottles for you. So she isn't going to... She's in confinement, but the guards are all her old warbot buddies, so some decent company. Diane gives a faint, weary smile as she strains to catch the sounds coming from outside. But aside from the faint sound of water running through the pipes, she hears nothing but the distant drills of the defense forces. Ever since she was brought here, she's been more or less cut off from the outside world. I wonder if Eliseo is doing alright. I really should have let him know beforehand. He must be so worried about me now. Indeed, he went to nearly everyone he knows to plead on your behalf. Madam Speaker, ain't no fucking way. Dude, what? This is so... Good. They aren't treating you like some common criminal. And you made sure of that. No, they did it on their own. They believe you don't deserve this sentence. Many came to me on your behalf, your friends, my friends, our comrades in arms, and even some civilians who don't know you at all. Diane, I snatched some of my buddy's liquor for you, right in front of... He takes a big swig of whiskey. Before the soldier even reaches Diane and Vina, he snaps to attention, the whiskey caught awkwardly in his mouth. Too afraid to swallow or spit it out, he quickly hides the bottle behind him and salutes Vina. No need to hide it, Patel. As I recall, Horn did mention that drinking is prohibited in the barracks. Yes, Vina, but this is, I won't tell Horn, but in return, you'll keep visiting Diane in secret. You'll keep visiting Diane a secret. And set the bottle down, will you? Weren't you drinking it to Diane, bringing it to Diane anyway? Alright, Vina, you came here to discuss the plans with Diane, right? Yes. See, Diane, I told you not to worry, didn't I? I'll go finish cleaning Zone 4. I've been on duty all day, and I didn't see anyone here. Would you like a taste of the wiki of the whiskey Patel left? I need to calm down because that really caught me and excited me a little bit. This kind of caught me off guard. I'm not gonna hold you. It was super gloomy in the last node, and now it's just like back to normal. Would you like a taste of the whiskey Patel left? It doesn't smell all that bad. Oh, there we go. Dan shakes her head slightly, a bit downcast. Mind if I have a sip then? Meeting with the Dukes has left me parched. Madam Speaker, did you really put me here because you really wanted to? We thought you'd feel better among old friends. Would you rather I threw you in solitary? No, of course not. Honestly, I'm not as resolute as you think. Our past isn't much different from yours, or from that of most Londoners. Diane, I did hesitate over my decision. So, does that mean your visit to Parliament has come with a verdict? I feel that it's best that I inform you of Parliament's decision in person. I bid you adieu. Lieutenant Diane Weber of the former 6th Column 10th Infantry. Oh no. 10th Infantry Regiment. You are unquestionably a war hero. I thank you for your great service to our homeland. Parliament? I see. Madam Speaker, when will it happen? Tomorrow. Alright. Have you any regrets? Have you? Perhaps my biggest regret is that after the war, I didn't immediately strip off this outfit and hide myself away back in Norport. You would have never done that. I know you. The siege would never abandon our homeland. And the Speaker of Londinium will never abandon Victoria. I have no regrets either. Vina, may I call you that? You may. We've met many times and fought side by side just as often. But today, I think is the first day we can truly call ourselves friends. Vina, before I go, would you share a drink with me? Come on! This sucks. I actually had hope with the liveliness that they gave. When you walked alone into the Palace of Westlake, everyone believed that the woman who emerged would be wearing the crown. A hero must one day be crowned king. Every collection of fairy tales in that old bookstore on Baker Street had a story like that. It was my favorite place to go before I enlisted. I really did want to witness history, Vina. But I let you down. I let a lot of people down. Yes, you could have been a great ruler. Just because I wanted to make Londinium a better place, didn't the old king, the one who was hanged in public, also want to make Londinium to make all... Wait. Didn't the old king, the one who was hanged in public, also want to make Londinium to make all of Victoria a better place? What I was thinking didn't make sense. Ignore that. Things rarely go as planned. Sometimes what you believe is right may look wrong to others. I've only recently begun to understand that. Then what is there to do? I'm still searching for that answer, Diane. Someone I trust told me to try and accept those who hate me and stand firm in my own sense of justice. I'm still learning, but I never imagined this path would be so lonely. You're drunk, Vina. Vina shakes her head. She draws her sword and hands it to Diane. Why? Do you remember the size of kings? I'm skipping that. Yes, I took it from your own hands after all. After the battle, I discovered that it was completely dulled. That it had completely dulled. The smiths worked tirelessly day and night to reforge it for me. This new sword is heavier, carries the weight of even greater expectations than before. Diane, this sword reminds me every day of the right path. The future of Victoria doesn't rest with me or Parliament. It rests on all of you, those who reclaimed our home with your own strength. Vina, I have one last question. What really happened in the Palace of Westaleg that day? What kind of story would you like to hear? A heroic fairy tale that'll make it into the books of that old bookstore, or the truth, so plain that it is almost boring? Diane takes a long swig of her drink, her hand brushing over the cold steel of the sword. To be honest, I prefer the old sword. When I used to strike down our enemies, those were the moments I felt closest to Victoria. Back when I was living a simple, uneventful life, I never imagined I'd have thoughts like these. And besides, there's hardly any time left to savor those quiet pre-war days, is there? Vina, forgive me. I can't save the last bit of this whiskey for you. I really need it. Why now of all times am I suddenly afraid to die? Vina, before I'm completely drunk, would you tell me one last fairy tale? Her tears fall on the sword, sliding down the blade. Then you already know the stories of the past, and you were there for the best parts of this fairy tale. But you may not know how it ends. That day, I entered the Palace of Westaleg, tore down the Sarkis banner, and was about to leave when suddenly I heard someone call my name from the throne room. Alexandrina Vina Victoria. Then I pushed open the door that had been sealed for so long. I saw my father, Alistair II, speaking to me. My Alexandrina, you're finally home. Come sit by my side, daughter of Victoria. Vina couldn't make out the king's face. The golden mask blended with his golden hair, radiating authority and an air of mystery. He was Victoria personified. My daughter, are you afraid of me? Are you afraid of Victoria? Vina never revealed even the slightest hint of fear to your subjects. Your teacher should have taught you that. This is completely unexpected. You died long ago. 26 years ago, they hanged you from the gallows. Laughable. Who could kill Victoria? Those greedy condor wings. Condor wings? Thought they could tear the flesh from my body to feed themselves. They were so blinded by fear that they conspired in regicide? The killing of a monarch or sovereign, often associated with their usurpation of power. The word regicide comes from Latin, regis, king, or seda, killer. So a king killer. Conspired in regicide. Also they could feast upon the lands of the Aslands for their own gain. But no one can kill us. Not the Dukes, not the Red Dragon. We are the beating heart of Victoria. So that's why your statue in the Mausoleum of Kings was never completed. The Dukes never truly laid you to rest. You've been here all along. What little courage they possessed drove them to confine me in this throne room, but never to claim my throne. Cowardly usurpers. They fear my people. They fear my steam knights. They fear us, Vina. My daughter, tell me, do my people still remember me? Do my knights still guard our palace? The people of Victoria have long since adapted to the life without a monarch. As for your knights, they're all gone. They were murdered by the very people they were sworn to protect. And what of you, Trina? I can barely remember what you look like. Then come closer, take off my mask, and look closely. You'll see only yourself, Alexandrina. The blood of a royal line flows in us both. I'm sorry, my child, that I failed to keep my promise. I intended to hand you a peaceful and powerful Victoria. Yet, betrayal has left me sitting here, rotting on my throne for over 20 years. But at last you returned. Take my scepter, wear my crown, proclaim to our people that their sovereign has returned. Purge our land of all dissent, and punish every coward who betrayed the crown. That glory endure, this is Victoria's rightful way. Oh god, that scared me. The king's scepter struck heavily against the throne platform, its dull echo reverberating. Blood was never the source of our strength. How familiar those words are, just like my defiant boasts to my own father. You still have much to learn, my daughter. Let me teach you a long overdue lesson, the meaning of royal power. Still, I grant you the right to oppose me. Alexandrina, return to my side and listen. No, you're already dead, your majesty. All that remains here is your echo, lost in the glories of a bygone empire. I do not need you to grant me anything, nor do I need you to validate the strength of my convictions. I just want you to rest in peace, father. Tina tightened her grip on her hammer, stepped onto the platform, and walked towards the Empire's last glimmer of twilight. What the heck is all fight sitting here for?
Reap not what's sown by malice.
That is not what I expected. It's not clear. This is more so a metaphor, mental thing. So this isn't like actually happening. Got it. Final flame of the Empire, a specter adorned with a rusted crown. Refute him. Refute Victoria's supreme glory and authority. To examine the evidence he may yet forgive. Okay.
Focus, Smith. It's no big deal.
Oh, that sucks. Hold on, let me see what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Forward.
Damn it. Too late. Okay, that's weird.
Don't be scared.
Remember, she's telling Diana a fairy tale. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what, like, if this was like something that was actually happening, or if this was like, I got that part. It's just I wasn't really sure.
それじゃあ出発しようか。みんな、僕のルートに沿って行動してね。問題ない。即戦即決。No tardará mucho.
Flourish or perish. Fear not.
Awaiting orders. Your attacks are all within my calculations.
I'm still kind of nervous. Let my whip reach your soul.
Executing battle plan.
Agony, ever etched on our hearts. Your life is mine to protect.
Turn back. Don't let your heart shatter here. Let my whip reach your soul.
Suppressing enrichment activity.
Your attacks are all within my calculations.
Your life is mine to protect.
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Me?
Grief ever echoes in our souls.
God dang.
Your hearts now unlocked.
Your life.
Never let your guard down before the enemy.
Turn back. Don't let your heart shatter here.
What the heck just happened?
信号は安定。いつでも行けるよ。
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
Yeah, he's not gonna survive this.
Turn back. Don't let my whip reach your soul.
I will simply follow my orders.
That's great.
Give it to me.
Forward.
That's crazy.
I wasn't branch and bone bear weeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields.
Turn back. Don't let your heart shatter here.
Come on.
What's
I think if I kill him, it's over. Right? No? Okay.
My speed and I hail from Victoria.
Let me stir it.
Standing bravery shall overcome evil.
Entendido.
I don't know if this is gonna be something I regret, but we're gonna go with it.
If you're really branch and bone bear weeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields.
I'm just gonna chill for a little bit.
I will simply follow my orders. Monster.
The red velvet of life props up this dead diamond.
Solid positioning.
Oh. These guys too. I'm just gonna let this slowly take it out because I'm not in a rush.
Can you do it? Show me what you got then.
Incapacitating them is enough, right?
Give it to me.
Oh shit!
If you're really incapable of settling this, then let me handle it.
Grief ever echoes in our souls.
What's your plan? Never let your guard down before you
Clear skies for tuning. Great.
Still my prey.
Fear not.
I'm here. Forward. Standing by.
This is all over the place, but I just didn't expect this many enemies to still be here.
Fear not.
Okay.
Loud and clear. Standing by.
on my mark. Prepare to counterattack.
Yes, I'm listening.
Awaiting orders.
I'm glad those things don't count as enemies. Oh my god. That was not expected. Vina, I don't like this story. The king who found no peace in his eternal rest upon the throne, and the hero who laid down her crown. Story's over. Has anything really changed? You and King Alistair both wanted to make Victoria better, but in the end, Diane takes a hard swig from the bottle. The burning liquor stings, coaxing more tears from her already swollen eyes. If the king couldn't do it, then what hope do we have? How can we possibly change anything? But the story's not over yet, Diane. I had also believed it would all end when the king found peace. But then someone unexpected appeared. Should I even ask what brings you here? The white figure emerges from the shadow beyond the throne. Faint glimpses of that fairy can be seen in so many of Victoria's legends. Power, intrigue, destiny, dreams coming true. Throughout the centuries-old tales, she seems to possess different powers, yet no one can say for certain which one is truly her. Vina, who do you see? I saw the unicorn. Vina, you far exceeded my expectations. You show me new possibilities. Oh, I was like, unicorn. Put down your hammer. I'm not your enemy. We fought side by side once, didn't we? Who are you, unicorn? A tailor's daughter, a leader of the Self-Salvation Corps, a witness to Victoria. Of course, many old men, even as they faced death, insisted in calling me the nation's sentinel in their history books. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Over the hundreds of years I've remained in Victoria, I've assumed and later erased countless identities, but at present, I am Clavisia. In short, I am your friend, one sincerely pleased by all you've achieved. Does this answer satisfy you, Vina? Another one of the long-lived. You deceived every ally in the Self-Salvation Corps, as well as all of Rhodes Island. Deceived? I've never deceived anyone. Everyone has their desires. I merely fulfilled them. Ordinary people tormented by Sark's bloodshed wanted to survive, so I led the Self-Salvation Corps to find a way out. Ancient families, mired in power struggles, feared annihilation in the Empire's whirlpool. So I eliminated every threat to the continuation of the ducal lineage. Frederick III hoped Victoria wouldn't fall into the chaos beneath the Red Dragon's shadow. I could grant that wish too. So you've come to me. Alexandrina, daughter of Alistair. Why would you think I'm only just noticing you now? Vina, history is like a sailing ship, and you're all the one to steer its course. Since you wish to... Oh. What the fuck? Since you wish to change Victoria, I can help you. What role would you assume to realize your ideals? Could you be a king, a speaker, or even the sole leader of the exemplars? Any of these titles are yours to choose. Vina, I must say, yours isn't a new story. I've read far too many like it in old shops. In the end, the hero always accepts the fairy's gift. So in the end, you choose the role of the speaker. No, Diane, I chose nothing. For hundreds of years, the unicorn has chosen the heroes, and the heroes have merely chosen their boons. But why? Why? Yes. Why did I have to choose her? What? Why are you laughing, Vina? Do you hear that sound outside? They're cheering for victory and for Victoria. Many of them do not have grand ambitions. They do not think of protecting anyone. Some of them would not even share a piece of bread with a starving man. Yet, they are still willing to risk their lives for even the smallest sliver of hope. They are my Victoria. I like those fools, and I'm willing to look out for them. And you, Clavizia, have no right to make me choose something I've been doing all along. Oh, fuck. You'd best leave. Unless you don't mind it getting awkward. Siege. You're a fool too, Alexandrina, just like your father. Send them a message for me. Tell them Taylor's daughter is dead. I have fulfilled their wishes. Oh, the timing, brother. Siege, I got the crawler in here to back you up. We've been waiting for you outside for you forever. We were afraid something happened to you. It's been taken care of. Thank you, Feist. Huh? Come on, then. Aren't they still waiting for us? The battle must end now. She's partially responsible for the Dracos almost becoming extinct. She's somewhat kinder, but she's just another immortal who affects the country from the shadows. Is a story gonna be told, or has it already been told that I missed that included this information? That's the end of the story, Diane. She's the one that cursed Noel with immortality. They just said it, but I don't know if you fully got it. No, I didn't. I didn't fully get it. That's why I kept on sitting here trying to figure out what was being said. Yeah. That was easily missed if you guys wouldn't have pointed it out. Like I did not get that. The condemned soldier has finished the last drop of alcohol and is sound asleep. Diane wanted to drink herself into stupor. Vina has finished telling her story, but Diane cannot bring herself to face her own ending. She wanted to drink herself into a dream in which even death could not catch up to her. She gets her wish. I'm sorry, Diane. I'm not worthy of being a monarch. I'm not even sure I'm qualified to serve as speaker. Besides, this war has changed many things. Old beliefs have been shattered. We are striving to rebuild our lives amidst the imminent threat of destruction. I believe that soon, a great transformation will begin in Londinium and sweep across all of Victoria. Hold on. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I'm certain of one thing. Now that we've found the courage to face adversity, why should we ever return to the past? I don't know what's going on with this green screen, but it's agitating me. Victoria no longer needs a monarch, Diane. Sweet dreams. On the eve of her march into the gallows, the drunken soldier sleeps the most peaceful sleep of her life. She dreams of the king's coronation. She dreams of the factory in her hometown, the whistle blowing to the signal of the end of the workday, and the workers shake off their hats and step out of the factory's gates. She then soars into the sky and sees Londinium gliding across the mist-covered, verdant earth. She dreams of Victoria. She is singing her song. May the vast lands keep our king, his people, and ale his, well, oh my God, I will never remember this. And give them grace without ending. Then may we call and safely sing, Victoria. Yeah, I will never remember this. I will never remember this. Vina, I can't believe it. The graffiti on the germ walls is still there. Look at this one. Morgan painted it after dreaming of being a famous artist. Oh right, look at this photo. The sign on the movie theater has been nailed back up. And look, there are two dumb-looking Falbies perched on top of it. Norport is in a much better shape than in the last time we saw it. I can't wait to go back and see it with my own eyes. Uh-huh. So where did all these photos come? Where did all these photos come from? The envelope only had the photos, no signature, but plenty of people have joined the engineering team to help rebuild our home. Some of them are old friends from Norport. Oh, there are two videotapes in here too. They're just some old, worn-out movies, but hey, Delphine, you love watching bad movies, don't you? Here you go. Thank you. just no fighting back on that. Just thank you. Vina, are you okay? You seem a bit distracted. Are you all going back? Why the serious look? We're just heading home early to do some housekeeping. Morgan, you were more excited than anyone when we said we were going home. Or am I missing something? How about you, Dagda? I'll go lend him a hand. There's not much I can help with here, Vina. The Knights of the Tower Museum is coming along smoothly. My wish has been fulfilled. Alright. Vina, actually, we could still... The bell tolls. It's 4, Vina. I know. We can set out now. Do you want to go see Diane? No, I have a meeting with Parliament and the Dukes. Oh. Vina, those protesters outside. I'll handle them personally. I know their concerns go beyond just Diane. They've been waiting a long time for a king. Well, it's definitely something the Glasgow gang can't meddle in. Morgan. Alright. Go ahead back and tidy up. You know Norport is better than Norport is better than I expected. But not by much. We'll be waiting for you, Vina. Vina, you could ask them to stay. Of course, I'd love for the Glasgow gang to stay together, but Otterig isn't their home. Besides, just take a listen. There are plenty of people outside waiting for my response, but before I address them, I intend to bring back more and just empty promises from the dukes. Parliament has done more than just make empty promises. They've helped revive our industries, restore order, resettle those affected by the war. Tell me, Delphine, does everyone now have an equal right to a decent life? I need to show them that even without a king, we can prove this nation's potential to any doubters. Let's go. I don't want to be late for the meeting with the dukes. We should sing something. Sing what? Any song will do. As long as it's not that blasted alternate carol. Like the song Hannah hums every time she steps out of the ring. Hannah's a star for knocking them out. One by one, round by round. Stuff it. I don't do that anymore. Besides, didn't you all say the song I made up to cheer for Vina was better? Oh please, if I remember, you just replaced all the names in Dagda's favorite song with Vina, right? I wonder if Vina even remembers something that silly. Of course she does. I know she mustn't forgotten, it's just... Forget it. She said it best herself. Looking forward is what really matters. And there's still a long road ahead, isn't there? That day, we didn't take a detour to watch Diane's end. We didn't listen to any radio broadcasts. I heard her erypathy was so bad that I had to separate her to prevent any incidents. To think that her last shred of dignity came from erypathy. I've stopped trying to make sense of these things. As we left Central Londinium and caught sight of the factories of Norport, I knew we were home. Damn, man. But they weren't cut out for this. They made that very clear. Vina, are you not attending the execution? They're relying on you to calm the many protesters that should... They're relying on you to calm the many protesters. There should things take an unfortunate turn. My good Earl of March. I'm not that indispensable. Besides, the defense forces are already maintaining order on site, and several MPs are there to oversee proceedings. They don't need me. Thank you, because I was thinking I couldn't read. Thank you, Baki. I mean, I can't, but you get it. Diane Weber truly was a hero. Shame, really. She didn't really do anything wrong. Alexandrina, you managed this matter well, but you need to be more heavy-handed. You're too concerned with the dissenting voices, most of which don't matter. Madam Speaker, why not let us shield you from the storm until Londinium's parliament fully matures? Wellington's stance remains ambiguous. The Windermere Demesne is simmering with unrest, and the Duke of Ashworth continues to keep a low profile as always. If the Speaker requires assistance, we shouldn't dare refuse. We must secure Victoria's future. Very well, since you've offered, I won't hesitate to accept. Your Graces, you're undoubtedly aware of the dire situation with the infected in the city. I must insist that you promptly reopen the supply route you've kept closed for over a month under the guise of ensuring safety. Return the medicine and supplies we've already paid for. Of course, if you're still concerned, the defense forces can escort the shipment and clear out those bandits along the way. Of course, those are minor issues. Now, how about my proposal for forming and training infected fighting squads? I understand you're considering forming infected units in your own territory and want us to test its feasibility. That's fine, but I insist that the safety of the soldiers remain a priority. I'll make all the data available to you, of course, and to every other Duke. After all, this has critical implications for the future strength of Victoria, doesn't it? This is no simple matter, Madam Speaker. In truth, it has given me quite a headache. I'll be waiting eagerly for some good news from you. As for your Grace, Duke of Castor, and the Trilby Asher should soon be delivering an invitation. After all these years, Londinium will finally reopen diplomatic channels with foreign envoys, this time in the name of Victoria. I trust you all will be in attendance when the time comes, but you'd best pray that Londinium presents itself in a form you can be proud of. Damn, she's still talking. I'll consider this a provocation, Alexandrina. The moment you deliberately block Londinium from contacting other nations after the war, you've been provoking Parliament. You call it protection. Where I'm from, we have another word for it: kidnapping. Unfortunately for you, we've always had our ways of reaching those whom we want. Oh, Vina, is it my turn to negotiate now? No, Earl of March. We have nothing to discuss. There's certainly no need to be friends. Oh, fuck. I'm afraid it's not for you to decide. Whatever your intentions may be, Londinium's affairs are none of Columbia's business. It seems you found what you need to refuse any deals from me. All I have is a few photos. Surely, you're aware of what's beneath Londinium, right? Oh? Seems you managed to find yourself some leverage. Alexandrina, I admire your candor. But I must remind you, you're the Speaker of Parliament now, not just some street thug with the Glasgow gang. Well, do you know how we used to keep corrupt cops away back in Norport? Either everyone pretends nothing happened, or keeps things as they are, or we expose their dirty laundry and everyone goes down in flames. It worked every time. And I'm sure your graces understand that it's always been Victoria who has kept you safe, not the other way around. I believe your grace has even said something of a similar nature before. Alexandrina, I'm starting to doubt our decision of choosing you as speaker. You're mistaken. The decision was mine all along, not yours. I know your schedules are packed, so let's not digress anymore. I have a long list of things to discuss with you. Parliament seats, medical purchases, military reform, private communication lines, supply routes, aid for reconstruction, so let's not waste time. Of course, you're free to continue arguing with me. Don't worry, this time my sword won't be on your necks. She's doing her shit right now. What the fuck was that? Holy shit. She's coming. Everyone get over here. If we can make the speaker hear us, we can save that poor soldier's life. Lock the fuck in, right? Put them in their place for once, right? On the street, the eagerly awaiting crowd surrounds Vina, who stands alone. She knows they're all waiting for her answer. You've heard us. That innocent hero doesn't deserve this fate. It's not too late to change your mind. Sorry, I have nothing to say with regard to Diane. The Parliament has decided, and as its speaker, I stand by its decision. Everyone please disperse. Then again, if you absolutely insist on a resolution, you're welcome to stay. Just now, I reclaim many things from the visiting dukes. Things that rightfully belong to us and are critical to our future. I'll tell you about each of these things one by one. This is the only matter I'll be addressing. The sounds of protest begin to subside. While most await the outcome of the meeting, a few dissented voices still rise from the crowd. Is there really nothing that can be done for that poor soul? But why? This isn't something that needs explaining. Do you want the speaker to go back on her word? If we start bending the rules now, the new laws passed by Parliament won't be worth the paper they're printed on. Catherine, what brings you here? Some old friends passing by saw the protest and worried things might get out of hand, so they asked me to see if I could help. As luck would have it, quite a few workers just got off their shifts, heard about it, and came to support you. Take a look. She still has people supporting her. It's good to see there's still people having her back. As more and more workers gather around, they wave at Vina and spot familiar friends and family members amongst the protesters. Conversations begin to ripple through the crowd, and street suddenly comes alive with activity. Ooh. Looks like we're a bit late. Lieutenant, aren't you supposed to be waiting at the sanatorium for your departure? Delphine told me of your situation. I wasn't planning to come, but once the others at the sanatorium found out, they insisted on coming to see who was causing you trouble this time. I couldn't stop them. So here we are. A column of soldiers marching in perfect formation and singing approaches the congested crowd. The noise instantly dies down as people instinctively make way for the soldiers, who march up to stand in front of Vina, forming a barrier between her and the protesters. Vina, we all know you went to negotiate with the Dukes today to fight for us. We're not about to let you be humiliated in front of the Dukes today. We may not be ready for another battle, but we'll win anyone in numbers. I'm glad she still has support. Thank you, all of you. I thought the support would start to really thin once the Glasgow gang kind of just went back home. Everyone, come quick. I think they're over there. A group of rowdy children fearlessly pushed through the crowd, squeezing their way right up to Vina. It's really you. You know me? Of course. I've heard your story. The great hero of the Exemplars, our very own speaker. You made so many new friends recently. They're all people who walked back to Londinium with you. They told me you would definitely recognize them. Take a look. Hello, Vina. Annie. And there's Annabella. Oh, Jones, you're here too. I guess they were telling the truth then. Why have you all come? We ran into this lady with really tan skin. Allerdale? No. She said you might run into trouble. And they told us to come. No. It's Morgan. Yeah, Morgan. Morgan, yeah. She said you might run into trouble and told us to come help you. Did we actually help? Of course you did. Thank you, Morgan. Yeah. Aww. I thought this was going to be a really sad ending, but it did have it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. More and more people gather in front of the steps while those who had been protesting for Diane start to quiet down. She thinks about everything that has happened over the past few days. She thinks about the drunken Diane, the departing Glasgow gang, and the stolen crown. Bloody hell. Yeah, your job is still just starting. Vina relaxes, sitting down on the steps and gazing at the... I keep wanting to say glazing. And gazing at the fiery red sky. The retired soldiers sit as well, huddling with other citizens around Vina. Let's take a break, okay? Can I ask you something? Will we ever have a king again? I don't know, but not having a king might not be such a bad idea. Why is that? You'll understand when you grow up. Huh? What do you think? Would this be a good or bad for Victoria? Still too early to tell. If we have to accept the dawn of a new era, then we need to change the way we think to keep up. A parliament regulated by the people, no more individual authority, no king. That's a first in Victorian history. Even I have to admit, she may well be biting off more than she can chew. Catherine glances at the speaker, who is sitting on the steps without her expected grace. Can't help but wonder. Vina is surrounded by the children. They all smile and laugh together. Every so often, she raises her voice to share jokes about the Dukes or what she managed to wrestle from the Dukes. Things that belong to the people. Sunset's warm lights bathe her figure, before slowly fading as time passes. I'd say the days ahead will only get better. She breathes out a ring of smoke, watching as thin wisps drift away into the dying light. And something's going to happen. Yep. Parliament has passed a resolution. The crown will be placed on the throne in the Palace of Westaleg, guarded around the clock by defense forces, until a suitable candidate for the throne is identified. The crown will be guarded by Parliament. Once a candidate is chosen, a nationwide referendum will be conducted under Parliament review and supervision to finalize the coronation. Additionally, Parliament will soon announce the decisions regarding the distribution of living supplies and other public welfare matters. Parliamentary supervision. These meetings are truly exhausting. I prefer settling matters at a grand banquet. At least there's wine when my lips are parched. Sir Davis is certainly taking a sweet time fetching the wine. Your Grace, Duke of Castor, where are you headed next? You already know the answer, so why pretend to ask? Getting the news from you is quicker than waiting for Wellington's spies to report back. So what about you, Eleanor? Your Grace, we're hardly close enough to be exchanging warm farewells. Your words wound me, Eleanor. I suppose I'll have to present a fine bottle of wine on my next visit to Old Normandy to ask him to put in a good word about me to you. The carriage has arrived, sir. Allow me to get the door for you. Much obliged, Earl of March. Oh God. And remember, we are all Victorians after all. Of course. Yeah, they took their L. They took their L. That was such a goated moment for Vina. Such a goated moment. It's been long since I last heard these bells. Sound brings back memories. You know that this is this thing that he's doing is actually a pet peeve of mine. I hate seeing people with mustaches do that. Your Grace, I brought you one of the finest wines from our cellar. Even those Sarkis devils couldn't sniff this one out after they took my estate. Sir Davis, you're a man of rare wit. Rest assured, there will always be a place for you in the Gododin territories. The Duke of Gododin takes a sip of the wine and turns to make a remark, but suddenly freezes. He is confronted with a stunning sight. The sun has set. The Dukes all together. The crimson sun sinks slowly, as though setting the entire city ablaze. The scars of the Sarkis had torn into the city stand out even more vividly in the evening glow, as if they are still bleeding. The winter sunset truly shows no mercy. Much like the speaker's attitude towards us, I suppose. Yo! I could send someone to deliver a few sets of winter clothing for your Grace. Take care of yourself. Victoria isn't ready to do without you just yet. Many thanks. After all, we can't very well go before Wellington, can we? Why the sun melancholy, your Graces? I find the sunset to be rather breathtaking. Day fades into night, and night into day. How often do we get to witness such a sight? Londinium's thick fog and heavy clouds rarely part like this. Eleanor, back in the day, the lads at school would always joke that it was the sun that had to follow behind Londinium. It would rise as we please, and never set if we willed it. Now, though, she has to go full speed just to barely keep up with the setting sun. That thought keeps me awake at night. Day or night, sunrise or sunset, only Londinium can be Victoria's capital. Earl of March, remember my words. Droll, very droll indeed. The sun really does move. Another bell tolls. More black-feathered... More black-feathered fowl beasts and take to the skies over the city, circling before flying through the steam towards the setting sun. As the sun drips out of sight, the glow of the twin moons becomes ever clearer. Night approaches.
Mission complete. Very precise and efficient command, Doctor.
Whew. Fairy tale ending. God, man, this story was just twists and turns. I didn't expect any single thing that happened here. Did I pull for Vina?
Oh joy, there's your face again, Doctor. What a great start for the day.
Why not pull? Because I care about Lapland more than I care about this character. I need to save my currency. I made it all the way to the guarantee. That could be another, what, 50 pulls? No, thank you. No, thank you. You'll fund my pulls? Unfortunately, there's no way for you to fund my pulls. Because the way that this works is if you donate money, it doesn't come until next month. And all my current money is going to Lapland. So, yeah. I'll fucking do it. Get a loan, Keck. I am not a gacha guy. I do not care about the gacha. I don't care. I could miss a character and be perfectly fine. There will come a day that you, Vina, will read these words I wrote down. A day later. Go into debt, Chaotic. Damn, Renegade, like that? No one will get my information to transfer directly to my bank account. No one. How'd things go on your end? Mr. Lane's still alive, but he's got a busted leg. His sworn brother didn't make it, though. I tried asking some old friends. None of them know when that brother's passed away exactly. Might have been when trying to escape Norport. Might have been some sarcasm at the end of their tether during the Allied counterattack. Did you manage to see Mr. Lane himself? I did. He works at the port now. He didn't bring up the old days, and he avoided talking about his crew. But he thinks that now he's living a good life. Bloody hell. I strolled around one of the factories we used to look after. It's full of little punks now. None of those youngsters have even heard of us, Glasgow Gang. Yeah, y'all been gone for a minute. A pack of brats deserves a right thrashing. Did you swing by the old restaurant we always went to? Torn down. Parliament sent some men over to get in touch with the old shopkeepers. Anything so run down it couldn't be fixed up. And whose owner was missing was stated to be torn down and rebuilt. The pub on Sunset Street, Paul's Bar, the magazine stall that Runt from Casimir's ran, they're all gone. Hannah. I checked out the public cemetery that they were talking about too. I couldn't find McLaren or... Damn it. Why don't those graves have names on them? Stuff me. Can't believe you caught me crying. Let's head home already. I don't want to leave Morgan waiting. At least you have your home, right? I thought the gym was going to be in rougher sight. Thank you. Looks to me, you've been taking care of the place the whole time. Hey, what? I thought if you were still alive, you'd be coming back sooner or later. Doesn't matter how you look at it. I'm still part of the Glasgow Gang. You didn't get on Duke Windermere's ship with us back then? I wasn't so far gone that I needed saving by the Dukes. But I gotta admit, I was being a right fool back then. After all that, I took some of the crew out to fight some devils hanging out around Norport. I ended up hearing about the exemplars from them. You pulled off some crazy stunts I could never dream of. An army? Huh. When the battle outside was in total chaos, some of the gang helped out on the front line with me. There wasn't much we could do. All I got in the end were a few cuts and bruises. You're infected too? Yep. Heard the same happened to Indra after she took a bad scrape on the battle. Jeez. Words. Whew. Heard the same happened to Indra after she took a bad scrape on the battlefield not too long ago. She's real lucky she had friends like you there with her. Morgan stares blankly ahead. She never considered that problem. Not even Indra herself had. No, that ain't right. Why do I feel all funny hearing you say that? Though I gotta admit, I'm not sure what's not right about what you said. For the rerun or off-banner Vina? I appreciate it, Silent Spirit. But I'm not pulling on this banner. I'm so sorry. I wish I could refund you. I'm not pulling on this banner. I wish I could just send it back. You said rerun? Oh, on the rerun in the future. Okay. In the future. Okay. Maybe. We'll see. I appreciate the 50. Thank you so much. I would still refund you if I could. Wow, now it glows and says fan funding. I've never seen that before. Renegade. No, that ain't right. Why do I feel so funny, all funny hearing you say that? Though I gotta admit, I'm not sure what's not right about what you said. Whatever you say. Anyway, if you ever get the chance, tell Siege I said sorry. If you stick around, you can tell her yourself. My Glasgow gang's long gone. Since you're coming back, it's only right that I head out. Did Delphine not come back with you? She's standing by Vina's side. Sounds like you had a squabble too. I heard about her mom from a broadcast. Doesn't matter who she might be. At least she's got some nerve. Where are you heading off to next? Norport needs some hands to rebuild it, and the port's busy shuttling in goods from outside all day, every day. Me and my crew are going to keep an eye on it. And then I'll head into Central to bash in some merchant bastard's head. That's only a maybe. Norport's changed, Morgan. The folks I know are gone, and the shops too. There's some new gang of brats that's popped up, but I don't know their R's from their elbow yet. They're still trying to fight for dominance. Anyway, I'm giving the gym back to you lot. Parliament talked a big game in the broadcast of theirs. I talked it over with some of the boys. We'll wait a spell. Then head over to some other dukedom to see what's what. We'll find a new turf. A new turf, a new beginning. I'll need some time to forget a few things. So he came back and kept this place protected. And he's even apologizing to now I want more people to enjoy the lion as much as possible. Vina's fantastic. She's a great character. I use her, use Baki's version of her. Unfortunately, luck wasn't on my side. I literally got like 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 5 stars. Or 6 stars. 8. And none of them were Vina. Morgan, was that Cater leaving just now? Yep. He came to say goodbye and decided to hand this back to us while he was at it. She pulls out a butterfly knife from her pocket. It's badly scratched, but the emblem of the Glasgow gang can be clearly seen. Baird's butterfly knife. Hannah would recognize it anywhere. It was her who insisted on engraving that emblem once she had beat Baird after all. Cater found it on the body of a cleaner. He couldn't find Baird herself, though. I went there too. All I found was some stuff on the wall I didn't get. It's almost all gone. What with all the rain, but I'm sure she was there. I saw her handwriting. I hope so too. Rest in peace, Baird, man. I hope so too. What did Bear hope for? We thought about it long and hard, but we were never able to make sense of it. What was her wish that she wrote? Or what she was talking to the guy that killed her from the store. What was said? I know someone in the chat remembers. What was said that made her write, I hope so too? She was responding to and writing to the guy food stealing they kicked out. The scholar wrote his final wishes on the walls, and she added, I hope so too. Yeah, but what did it say? What did it say? Stupid rain washed it away. Yeah. I don't remember what it said though. That everyone could understand one another, I think, because of how everyone was on the same playing field during the war, and he regretted stealing from them. Oh, okay. Dang, I hope so too. Pretty much her final words. God dang, you stupid. Stop it. All right, Silent. I appreciate you. Thank you again. And hope to see you in the future. Her wishes had already been washed back into Norbort's soil by the rain. We decided not to dwell on it much longer. We never could guess her last little secret. She's definitely having a good laugh at us right now. I remember that whenever we went to the video shop, Baird hated weepy scenes about grieving the most. Yeah, she never thought death was worth. She never thought death was worth being all that sad for. Pass the knife to me. I'll think of a way to hang it up on the wall. Now I'll get some drinks to celebrate us coming home and a toast to Baird. Should we wait for Vina? She ain't got the time to come, but just in case, we'll hold off before we get completely pissed him. Booze waits for no man. Yeah, I do want to know. I'll come back to it since it's long. I'm gonna make sure I remember this. That day without having said a word on the matter. We all drank our drinks real slow. We're waiting for one more person. It seems there was a lot of chit-chat going on that day. Not that we remember any of it after the hangover. All I remember is that Hannah and I got in a fight, and Dagda's brow got itself another scar. Why? None of us knew. If Vina were there, it'll all be fine. She always stayed the most sober out of all of us, and she remembered for us. But she never showed up that day. I dragged the body back, boss. But will this really be okay? I mean, snatching away the corpse of a condemned criminal right from under Parliament's nose? Did you really think you could take that away without some silent approval from above? What of that Colombian? He's not in the best of moods, boss. Do we really need him to carry these goods? What if... Milscar says nothing. The mercenary sighs. Alright, I get it. Look, boss. I'm not trying to make you mad, but ever since Parliament made a move on us, everyone's been on edge. It doesn't concern you lot. I'll handle the Colombian. Normal music. So the normal shit is going to be taking place. Elysium, I presume I don't need to introduce myself. Milscar, I've heard about you. Good, no need to waste words then. I need you to see this batch of goods out of Londinium safely. You will, of course, receive payment. I can send this corpse along with you. Leave the city, go as far away from it as you can. Her name is Diane Milscar. Who she is isn't important to me. What's important is that she doesn't show her face again in Londinium. You call this payment? Making someone who just got home leave again? Elisio, you're well aware she cannot stay in the city. As far as everyone is concerned, she is dead, hanged from the gallows. Vina made a mistake. So long as this person is alive and within the city, sooner or later, someone is going to use her as a knife and stab Vina in the back. Am I understanding this correctly? She's transporting Diane outside of the city. So she wasn't killed. It says corpse and that she's dead though. And then she says that I'm so confused. Am I understanding this correctly? Can someone verify? It says corpse. Yes, it does say corpse. But it also says, as far as everyone's concerned, she is dead, hanged from the gallows, as if she's alive. Oh. Corpse. Got it. Vina made a mistake. So long as this person is alive and within the city, sooner or later, someone is going to use her as a knife and stab Vina in the back. She really must learn to be more decisive. You know the condition of her infected better than I do, Elisio. She doesn't have long. You're welcome to refuse, of course, but I will help Vina settle this matter in my own way. I know your story, Milscar, or rather, Lady Allerdale Cumberland. There's a lot of versions of it out there. They all agree that you really did fit with the title Cumberland, the ever on high, once upon a time. Fine, I'll get Diane out of here. I can take better care of her back in Colombia. Happy? You're a good man. Elisio, she's lucky to have made a friend like you. Get ready. You could be leaving at any time. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's crazy that they put that quote in here. Did you ever think you'd turn out this way? Why ask just me? Countless heroes lived through the war. From the most radiant of them to those that none remember. I too am curious as to how they will change in the face of reality. There's no way they put that in there. That's crazy. Lying down amidst the meadow, the soldier senses a slight itch. A cold wind blows at the stalks of grass, and their tips tingle her face. Is this what the land of the dead is like? She opens her eyes and sees someone most unexpected. Huh? What? You're awake? It's me, Eliseo. You shouldn't just go off on your own. It's to do dangerous stuff without a word, Diane. I remember standing atop the gallows. You're dead. At least to those who witnessed the execution. Before we left, I asked the people at Rhodes Island to give you the once over. It's not looking too good. A lot of your major organs have already begun to crystallize. In other words, Iridium is replacing those organs. So I'm not dead. I am lucky or unlucky. I'm not sure if the speaker knew about this beforehand, so it was Vina who let me go. That's really foolish of her. To tell you the truth, I really don't get some of you people. Sorry, Diane, I'm afraid you can't go back to Londinium. Only now does she realize they are no longer in Londinium. She sees the telltale giant tracks laid down by the nomadic city, not too far off in the distance. Just ahead of them, Sarka's children run around the meadow, waving at her as they pass. Most displaced Sarkas have lost the light in their eyes to confusion. They can go anywhere, but nowhere they call home. I'll be taking you to Columbia, Diane. I might be able to do more for you there. Alright, then. Columbia. I still remember saying that if I get a chance, I'd love to see the place you keep talking about. How far are we from Columbia, Eliseo? Well, still very far away. Let me get out my map. Will I be able to make it there in my condition? Walking the whole way? I see. Could you promise me one thing, Eliseo? I know what you're going to ask, Diane. When the day comes, I'll bring you home. I'll bring you back to Londinium. I'm rather curious myself as to how much the city would have changed by the time we return. The day we went back to the gym and got drunk, I had a dream. In that dream, there was a tomb, all dressed up to the nines. Our names were carved into the plaques on it. Morgan, Kate Morgan, Indra, Hannah Jackson, Dagda, Isabel Montague, Baird, Bridget, Lucan. Outside the tomb, there was a blazing carriage, and atop it sat a golden lion. He was calling out my name, Vina Victoria. Huh? Outside there was a blazing carriage. Atop it sat a golden lion. He was calling my name. Vina? A blanket. Who sat this blanket on me? My head hurts real bad. What time is it? Morgan. Didn't I tell you not to drink like a sodding winnow all the time? Considering how wild Hannah and the rest can get, shouldn't you be looking after them? Vina? Vina? Oh, she came? Morgan nimbly launches herself out of the sofa, leaping over the short table to throw herself at Vina. Vina, you came over. I thought... You thought what? Why didn't you wake me, Hannah? Weren't you yapping and howling yesterday about how she definitely wasn't coming? Look at you. You turned out the most excited out of all of us. No, I'm not, stubborn prick. Quiet down, Morgan. Dagda's still asleep. The one resting her head atop Indra's lap twitches her ears, still lost within a lovely drunken dream. Seems like Dagda drunk the most out of you lot. I tidied up a lot of empty bottles. She must have been in a real rotten mood, Vina. Sorry. I just hope I'm not too late. Well, of course you're not. Wasn't what you just said yesterday? Wasn't what you just said yesterday, Morgan. I was like, what are you talking about? Shut it, Hannah. Welcome home, Vina. That's a good way to end it. You better not give me no BS. Don't give me no BS at the end. I was really hoping to pop in earlier, but there's simply far too much to handle over at Parliament. Then how'd you... I'm afraid I've gotten Horn another headache to deal with. I suspect she'll only just have discovered I slipped away. Then does that mean you need to head back? I can't run away from my responsibilities, but I owe you all an apology. Vina, you don't need to. Siege? Vina? How long have I been asleep? Relax, Vina's only just arrived back. That knife hanging on the wall. It's hers. Cater brought it back. Cater? Yeah, it's gonna have a decent ending. Vina never brought up heading back the whole day, but we all knew that Siege, Vina, the boss of the Glasgow gang, the ever victorious king of the Slobberknocker, and one of my best friends, could leave us at any moment. So I was loath to lose a single moment where I could tell Vina about all the changes in Norport that she hadn't the chance to see yet. Cater, Mr. Lane, the video shop, the reworked port, the rebuilt stores, a handful full of old friends who rushed home after hearing the news. Of course, who could forget the inexperienced little buggers who wanted to take over our gym? After Vina beat them all to the kingdom come with a smile on her face, they apologized by the way of a few cards of beer and said they wanted to join us. Seems like Norport's forgotten about us, but I don't think that's such a bad thing. The war really was over. Don't give me no bullshit. Okay. You still remember this place? Why don't we get back to our little games? Who's the fastest this time around? Before Vina was even finished speaking, Indra had already begun to set off. Hannah, you lousy cheat. She didn't say nothing about a countdown. I'm still the champ here. You've gotten slower ever since your injury, Hannah. Say that after you've caught up. What's going on? Wait for me. They're all still kids, man. Don't fall behind, Delphine. Follow me. You hear that, Del? You're a real slowpoke. Several figures speed through the streets, and a few workers heading home after work give an inquisitive glance at the brash crew. They can't quite seem to remember who the gang is. Must be another bunch of outsiders just arrived at Norport, maybe. This is how you end the chapter. Do not fuck this up. Do not give me no shit to sit on. High above the gaps between the factories, the Glasgow gang returned to a favorite spot of theirs. Here, they can look down upon the squatting factories and look out at the Shard's pointed peak over at Central. It was here that they started, and it was here that they left home. After a long period of wandering about, they have finally returned to this familiar place. But I left a glass for Baird. Right there. Sure. You don't want a tipple, Dagda? No, thank you. I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of Vina again. I'll give your share to her then. Just fruit juice for you then, Del. Don't call me that. I'm still not too used to alcohol. Suit yourself. I'll keep watch over you all. Hell yeah. Finally the part where you can start bloody drinking. To Baird, to the Glasgow gang. To Baird, to the Glasgow gang. To Rhodes Island, to the Exemplars. To everyone who fought in the war. And to all those who risked their lives coming home. To all those who live and who left. Those still by our side. To all those who shed blood and tears. To all those who struggle in darkness and in pain. To Victoria. To Victoria. There's no need for sorrow. The living engraved the moment they're in their memories. While those who left leave behind their hopes and dreams. The foul beasts croon as they spiral overhead, echoing their words. You heading off too, Delphine? Only for a short while. I need to go back to Lincardine. Shier will come along and recuperate. If you ever get real fed up of those lousy bastards, you can always come back here. This is your home too. Of course I will. I promise Vina after all. If there's ever a day you feel like it's all too much for you, Vina, I'll come back. But I think I can handle it. I hope the Londoners can live in peace and happiness, and I hope that everyone live their best lives. It's what they deserve. Everyone should be like us, smiling without a tear in sight or an empty belly to be heard. I'm not going to let everything we've accomplished go to waste. If someone tries to take it from us, I'll be fighting back. Just like how we looked at this place back then. Vina, Alexandrina, either is fine. There's no difference the way that I see it, no? If Baird were here, that's what she'd want me to do. Fuck, man. This is so good. Oh, this is so good. You're right, Vina. I really do hope so. To the Glasgow gang, to all of you, welcome home, everyone. Oh man, that hit me a little bit. That hit me a little bit. That hit me a little bit. Oh. Don't give me no shit, please. Vina left us in the morning of the day after. She didn't let us see her off. Maybe she didn't want to wake us. In truth, we were all awake. I watched her change into those clothes I was never fond of and walked off on her lonesome towards Central Londinium. I hope Vina managed to get a real good night's sleep. The best she's had in a long while. After all, it's only when she's at home that she doesn't need to think about anything. I spent the entire night writing down everything that happened that day. Vina came home no matter how big or small. It included Bear too. I believe there will come a day that you, Vina, will read these words I wrote down. They might not be of too much use, but they can help you remember some more easily forgotten things. Vina, do you still remember that dream I wrote about earlier? In that dream, there was a tomb all dressed up into the nines. Our names were carved onto the plaques on it. Inside the tomb, there was a blazing carriage, and atop it sat a golden lion who was calling my name. Vina Victoria. I dreamt I was you. Ah, there we go. That's the piece that was missing. I dreamt of a time I was all old and withered, some afternoon decades after I lost touch with my Glasgow friends. Well, I'm trying to hold this one in. I walked into the tomb that Siege built for the gang. I cherished that unforgettable memory that was no longer mine. I cherished a tale that started in Norport. Vina, from the day you put on those clothes, I knew. In the end, you walk alone. You have no choice but to walk alone. I'm sorry. There's no way for us to help you or stay by your side. But I wanted to let you know we will always be here. The Glasgow gang will always be here. To you, Vina Victoria. The Memoir of Alexandrina by Kate Morgan. Please just end it here. Don't give us like any bullshit leading. Thank you, God. We finally got an ending that I'm happy with. Oh. Oh. That was such a good story. It was so confusing and had a strange way of being told at the beginning. And it just seemed so doom and gloom. But at the end, everything turned out okay. Everything turned out okay. Yeah, this hits different. Now do IS5. I ain't doing no IS tonight. I'm about to stream something else on the other channel. So, I'm probably going to be up all night. So. Get ready for Ablana doing whatever the hell she's planning. Is it Tribe 9? No, Tribe 9 is going to be tomorrow night. Or maybe even throughout the day. I'm not sure. But yeah. How would I rate this story? 9 out of 10. The one point that's lacking is simply because I don't like rating shit perfect 10s. Because there's always something that can be improved upon. So, 9 out of 10 is a really great score. I love this story. Now do a 10 pull.
Oh joy, there's your face again, Doctor.
I hate
What
you.
a great start for the day.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I can leave disappointed? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. We got a good ending. We got a good ending. Everybody clap in the chat. we got a good ending. We got a good ending. We good. We good. We good. There we go. There's some claps. Razor's on par. Yeah. Remember to do your weekly annihilation if you haven't yet. You mean this. I refuse to participate. Fuck you, Hayo. Thank you guys for coming through to the stream. Ending a grand overture. This is a good... I'm assuming this isn't really the end of this story for Vina. But this is a good way to end the story of the Glasgow gang. I'm very happy with this. Very happy with this. All right, guys, we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna relax a little bit before I start streaming. I'm gonna stream a shooter in a couple minutes on the other channel. If you guys want to come through and just enjoy a mobile shooter, it's Delta Force Mobile. Probably won't get many views. Probably won't even have a lot of people watching me, but fuck it. The DM, remember? Yeah.
You can sleep when I'm around, huh? How about we make sure you don't ever wake up?
All right. I'm gonna read it off of the other screen. At some point, he seems to have begun writing his wishes instead. I hope the genealogy of the Ashworth family can manifest in my hands soon. I hope the editors will understand my... Oh, yeah. I hope the editors will understand how significant my work is and increase my book advance. I hope the professor won't be angry at me. Those were just academic arguments, and I still respect him very much. Fine, if I get the chance... This was at his at dude's deathbed. If I get the chance, I'm willing to concede the debate and share some of his tea again. I'm still so hungry. I could really go for some fried fins sold at the street corner. I hope Jane hasn't forgotten me. I love her just as much as when I left her. I'm a scoundrel. I hope those kids at the gym are doing all right. Talking about the Glasgow gang. I want to drink 3 million barrels of whiskey. Aunt Sarah, I miss you. I'm sorry to have grown up into such a bad child. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, who would even grant my wishes? I prayed as hard as I can to do all the things I know and don't. If that evangelistic, liberalized cleric showed up right in front of me, I'd give him a thrashing for sure. All right, fine. I hope that everyone's wishes come true, that everyone can be happy, safe, and healthy, to live their best lives, every single one. I hope that no one will suffer or be tortured. Everyone should be smiling. and all tears would still evaporate off this great land, along with hunger. I hope that all this wasn't in vain. I hope that all this, and he just drags his, and that's when Baird wrote, I hope so too. Fuck, man. Thank you, Baki, for finding that. All right, guys. So as far as Arknights goes, here's the plan. I'm gonna give you guys the plan real quick. I know there's only a few people left in here, but like I said, this is what I'm planning on doing. The next stream is going to, for Arknights, is going to be for the 6th anniversary. There will be spoilers, but we will not talk about the spoilers. No one will answer questions that I might ask. And as we wait or lead up until chapter 15, I am going to start reading the Laterino. I think that's what it's called. Laterino story. Baki, if you can give me like a rundown of what I need to read, or Comey, give me a rundown of what I need to read, and we can just kind of we'll touch on that like on a month by month basis and see if we can get those done before 15 releases. And yeah, when we last talked, that's it. That's all I need to read. That's it. There's also a manga. It's a short one. Magia, can you put that in the Discord and tag me? Just 3 events for the most part, but you could do some extra stuff, of course. Yeah. This is gonna be fairly easy moving forward as we wait for chapter 15. So I thank you guys for coming through and enjoying this with me. We ended up with 40 people in here, which was surprising. I didn't expect that. I was expecting it to stay around 20 because this isn't like the mega chapter, right? Like, this is just an event, and I didn't expect many people to be here for the event, but I thank you guys for being here. If you're watching on Bilibili, because this will be uploaded on Bilibili, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And I will see you guys very soon. Love you guys. You all have a wonderful night. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. And I am going to prepare to play a shooter for the rest of the night. Love you guys. Oh, and thank you to Silent Spirit, even though you're not here at the moment. Thank you to Silent Spirit for the $50 super chat. I appreciate you for that, supporting the channel. If you ever return and hear this, thank you. Peace out, everybody.